The following is an audio drama. An audio drama is an audio-only production with a full cast of characters, sound design, and music. Headphones are encouraged, but not required. To download the full 11-episode series, visit MagusElgar.com.
Within the multiverse sits a fantastic magical realm, a place we call Hearth. This is the world of Magus Elgar. Seeking to prevent disaster, he and his colleagues hunt for stamps, scientific tools augmented with magical power. Their tale continues here, Episode 10, L.I.N.U.S. Today is a day of celebration, for it marks the 5th anniversary of Malaaki beginning his study of magic. His family reunites to celebrate the momentous event. Family reunions, one of the great natural disasters of our world, often compared to typhoons. The only difference is that the turmoil of complex emotions and weaponized embarrassment linger down the decades, sometimes for generations.
You know, when I invited you, I was really hoping you'd say something a little more positive.
Some things can only be exacerbated by exposition.
Can you believe it, Udo? 5 years! I can scarcely believe it's gone by so quickly. Can you?
I can scarcely believe I've lasted this long. Kaylee, is this really necessary?
The tie is traditional. Stop squirming, you baby.
Ah, yes. Harkening back to the respected tradition of societal hangings.
What?
A respected man would wear a noose round his neck as proof that his peers would not hang him by it.
That's bizarrely sensible.
I really don't think celebrating is a good idea with Victus running about.
We never did figure out what he was talking about with that loss thing.
No. I went to pull up Toley's record, but he walked into the ministry when his potential awakened. No Magus discovered him. Not much was on file about his young life. The ministry's on the lookout, but he's been eerily dormant. Perhaps he's just waiting for you both to be off tower cleaning duty for skipping off the way you did. But let's not think about that, Udo. We can't let the machinations of a mad megalomaniac get in the way of today, and that means dressing fancy.
I figured the giant inflatable balloon of you over the farm meant you'd probably want to dress up anyway.
They're still paying off the farm because of that stupid thing. But they insisted because it's my 5th year as an apprentice. I would have preferred doing all this at the tower, behind the wards.
It's normally a very private affair, but his family bribes me with free food. Quality notwithstanding.
I remember when my parents made a fuss over me. They hired my TV idol, Professor Phenotype, to visit us for my 6th birthday party. Now I'm not legally allowed near flammable materials until I hit menopause.
I don't blame them. You wield pyromancy like a forest fire.
Yeah. I mean, I needed a signal flare.
Well, let's hope this family visit is mercifully brief and fire-free. Last year, they challenged me to an absinthe-chugging competition, and I nearly ate my arm from the hallucinations. Too gamey for my tastes.
That reminds me, if you're supposed to be from this big line of sorcerers, how come everyone in your family are farmers? Even the announcer in Vitrilo made a big deal about you.
Amateur couldn't expound his way into a puppet show.
You really don't want to get into it.
Oh, no, press him! This is rich!
Please, no.
Tell me, or I'll ask Mr. Exposition over here.
Udo Malaaki's family...
No, I'll do it. Your voice is surprisingly carry-y in a crowded farm. The Malaaki family was a big name in Hearth. The biggest, even.
Big how? Like, hard to pronounce big, or thunderclap behind castle big?
The second.
Oh.
Before the ministry was around, the Malaakis had most of the known hearth and a magical vice grip. Not even the council could argue with their whims. And then came the blood pact of purity.
Ooh, possessed by demons. Exciting.
No. The family patriarch wanted to make our bloodline as pure as possible. Pair that with a heavy helping of narcissism, and you have a recipe for idiocy.
Oh, so what did your family do? they found other powerful magi to, mix with?
Well, you know how some people get crazy about the purity of bloodlines and all that bigoted nonsense? My family's a little too pure. I mean, really, really pure.
You mean they lost everything because you don't... So you're...
See? See? I told you it was funny, Udo. Thankfully, that's not how magic works. Udo's been the only magic caster for about 6 generations. Everyone else barely has 2 brain cells to scratch together, which is ironic because the extra fingers really come in handy for other forms of scratching.
I suppose that's a bit of a happy accident, yes? Considering what they were like and everything.
Hey, come on, guys. They're my family. You don't have to be...
Well, they are a family of roadkill farmers. Do you think someone had to invent new semantic terms for their kinship?
Trust me, the prefixes are labyrinthine. I've seen more diversity on an orange tree. You could probably tell their genders apart just as easy, too.
Now, there's no reason to mock the poor man over such a deluded topic.
I hate all of you.
All right, settle down. Welcome to the Sentinel, the 700th annual family gathering. For any of you not knowing it, I'm Patriarch Galen Malaaki. You can call me Gale. Not throughout, but I run this here farm and any of us local Malaakis. For where much any of us needed running, not by us, eh?
Good gracious, is that supposed to be English?
The man sounds ridiculous.
Why couldn't you have introduced me?
This is for your family, Udo. Having your illustrious mentor introduce you would dampen your show and take away from the closeness of familial bondage. Am I using that right?
In this case, yes.
Doctor, are you all right? You look pale.
I'm fine. Just mesmerized by how anatomically correct that balloon is.
That one of Udo?
Yes.
Especially that.
Yes.
It really is accurate, isn't it?
His biceps are virtually concave.
Now, let me present to you's fine folk, the most magically inclined of our all pure-blooded family. Mine own Udominus Malaaki.
It's just my family.
Go on, Udo. Get out there and uncross some eyes.
Make me proud, son.
All right, thank you. Thank you all for allowing me to perform tonight. I also want to thank my dad for pronouncing my name properly this year.
I practiced it all week.
Yeah, thanks. Today, I'll be showing you a magical display of brilliance. Movement number 8, as composed by Wizard Sheetheart, and first performed by Magus Tripoli during the Third Age in an attempt to court the Trolltar Barbarianess Pamela. With this spell, I shall make the ether visible, showing the wondrous world underneath our own, aided by my trusted casting partner, Kakkay. You ready, Kakkay?
Wait, no one told me Kakkay could use magic?
No, I wasn't aware Kakkay was as familiar in such a way. Very interesting.
Claves Crusco. Stella Sinile. With the nebula.
Udo's actually pretty good.
It's a shame we don't see him cast more often.
I also like how Kakkay waves his little arms around. He's so cute.
Yes, yeah, but I wish he wouldn't leave a slime trail with his gestures.
I suppose he's all right. 5th ribbon of the collective deep is a few shades too dark, and he's already scrambling the spectrum chorus.
You can't demand perfection from your students, Magus. They're always learning. You don't want to impede their progress.
Stop this frivolity and magickery post-haste.
Right now would be good, too.
Minister Trike!
What is the meaning of this, Minister? This is a sanctioned event.
Not anymore, it seems. This here is a writ decreeing that all casting of magic in Mossdale and all other areas governed by the Council of Nine will require a daily permit per spell cast.
Who would possibly write such a ridiculous decree?
I would. That's a great thing about being a minister. You can write bills exacting authority over something based on your speculative power and elected position alone. It's how I made it legal to enter buildings with a battering ram once you state your intentions.
So that's why on me doors got snap snickers in them?
Yes, I got none of that. Did anyone get that?
He means broken locks.
This is absurd. Not even wizards would go along with that much red tape.
Quaff did.
Yeah, he did it in bulk for, the next 5 years. That guy's a maniac with paperwork.
Nevertheless, the law is clear, and this puts your apprentice in violation.
You can't do this. My magic hasn't harmed anyone ever. The Ministry would never allow this.
This isn't a ministry matter. It's a council matter, and your colorful ribbons have inflicted irreparable damage to this farm's crops.
Shut your gob, weasel. Our prime crops flat animals. They're deader than dead as there should be.
And such abuse of already tortured animals. You're lucky I don't have the council shut you all down. Guards!
Just me, sir.
Gaat, seize Udo's totem.
Right, be taking that.
Hey, that ain't yours. Gives it here. That there's a Malaaki heirloom.
I thought you were a farmer, not a seamstress.
He means it's a family trinket. It's all right, Dad. I'd rather not have him call this a Magus uprising or whatever. So what's the charge? A fine? Community service?
Prison.
Crumbs. Magus, I could use a little help here.
Indeed. Trike, I take full responsibility for his actions. He's my apprentice, after all. You can't arrest him for something he barely has the skill to comprehend.
Already regretting this.
Well done, Magus. You've fallen right into my trap. I knew you wouldn't be able to handle the embarrassment of your charge being thrown in jail, which means you will take his place.
Well, you'll not be taking my totem. It's part of my skull.
Curses. Got Plan B.
Oh. Hey, Magus, what do you call it when a surgeon curses your name and agrees with you all at the same time?
Magus, look out!
I don't know. What do you...
No, Magus!
A concussion. But
Oh, I get it.
Magus! He can't handle head injuries like that.
And what about us? We have not cast any magic, but we won't let you take away the Magus. We can settle this with some good old fisticuffs.
Or crowbar. I was gonna go with crowbar.
What? You'd fight an elected official in the middle of his legal proceedings?
Why not? You're the only one here to enforce it.
Oh.
Then perhaps I should cut in.
Victus, how did you possibly hear that before you even got here?
Victus! Inflex Garbatel Granacci!
let me speak before you attack, for element's sake. Fine. Totorum Panachi.
Irrelevant. Udo, I have need of you and your blood.
My blood? Well, you won't be paralyzing me today. I'm ready for your... Oh, elements. Trike has my totem.
Back off, Victus. These casters are in violation of the law. They're mine.
And what would stop me from liquefying you and your bodyguard?
You and I want the same thing, right?
You're a tiny man out for vindication of your bruised ego. I am stopping the blight of magic in Hearth. You are nothing.
I am not nothing. I am the very important man. Got fishing for excuses here.
Using magic on us would be illegal?
Yes, like super illegal. Ha!
Oh, You have me there. I'm quite handicapped now.
Yes, and no magic, so no melting.
I guess I'll find a way not to use magic.
Get down! S.T.A.M.P!
Gyroscope.
Yeah, he's technically right. Loophole's my one true weakness. Also violence.
Why do you keep making us pick fights with Magi?
Just run, Gaat. Tactical retreat.
Quick! Grab on the
I'll be taking the last true heir to the Malaaki bloodline.
Oi! You're not having them! I ain't putting up with that, you wassock! Them is bad! Why don't you take me?
Do you possess even an ounce of magical potential?
Doing the sack. Know what I mean?
Dad!
Out of my way.
Dad! Totally, you monster! I'll knock your teeth in!
With what? Your stringy arms?
Hey, I'm in decent shape for a guy of my profession.
And to make sure none of you will follow me.
Totem bag!
I still never had one! Magus is still unconscious.
Feel the power of gyroscopy. Gyroscopy.
Elements! Kakkay! Hold on to me! What are you going to do with me?
You're going to help me solve the greatest problem in Hearth.
What's that?
How to remove all magic potential from humanity. To the lair.
Receptui locus.
Oh my god, that was awesome! Did you see the way he... is everyone alright?
Are any of you hurt? Magus, I don't know how to help. You're gonna find my boy, yeah?
They must not have teleported far. I don't think that spell is for long range. We can jump right after them.
Without a totem? We don't even know where they went.
Right. Probably would be good to find out.
All right. That smack to the head hasn't impeded my magic. The dragon bone must be protecting me from... Ah! There goes my focusing crystal. Does anyone smell ham?
Don't worry, Udo. We'll save you. Our manzel in misery. Does that work?
Yes, mantle in misery works.
I have longed for the day to rescue a manzel in misery.
Ow! Ease up on the restraints.
I could, but it would be less painful.
But I'm allergic to torture.
Oh, well then, perhaps we'll skip the fun part. Welcome to the Lightning Spire.
Oh man, I hate lightning!
I rented out a portion of it in exchange for letting Magus Boluts assist us with the stamp research. He couldn't resist when I told him some of these stamps were powered by electricity.
Boluts agreed to help you?
To a point. He's more occupied with what I can provide rather than what I'm doing. Archetypical, really.
But Magus Boluts is a weird choice. Why him?
Good question.
Boluts, why did I choose you to power my experiment?
It just sort of came to me. Boluts, we're expecting guests soon. Could you make sure your security is ready?
Of course, partner! Just keep that stamp ready for me when you're done. As for our guests, if they think they can barge in and steal our artifacts, they're in for a
Info
shock!
shock, yes, you're very clever. I have some work to handle here, if you please. You're staring, Udo. That's impolite.
I don't get it, Victus. Sagari cared about you. I guess even loved you in a platonic way. Why try to get rid of magic users?
Did you ever think about how much damage Magus Elgar alone inflicts on Hearth with his magic?
Well...
And these stamps. People were strangely content with their houses exploding and the occasional bystander being turned into a horrifying creature, as long as the Magi could say they had everything under control. Now they can't even feign ignorance.
But magic is a part of you too. You cast it as frequently as any of us. Why hate your own kind? You're a Magus!
Hand on my neck!
Don't compare me to them!
You think I enjoy this? Every time I'm forced to use magic, I'm reminded of what got me here. Have you ever heard of a little town called Obenstead?
I read about it. There's a time anomaly there, right?
Yes. Looping the last 10 minutes of its existence. Do you know why it does that?
If I remember, it's a naturally occurring phenomenon.
Well recited, Udo. That was a lie. The time anomaly was the result of Magus Avum attempting to gift himself and the town with eternal youth.
No, a Magus couldn't have cast that. It's still in effect. The Ministry would have...
The Ministry marked off the whole place as a research reserve. Even if they could, no one would dare remove the best and only example of time magic working in Hearth.
How do you know this?
I thought you were smart, Udo, because I lived in Obenstead.
Elements. I had no idea.
My parents, my sister, Janine, my friends. Everyone in that town is cursed to loop the last 10 minutes of their lives forever, wondering when I'll get back from the city with their groceries, waiting for me. I'll age and die off, and they'll never realize it. All because they trusted that Magus knew what he was doing.
But when your potential awakened, you could have gone sorcerer. Why didn't you?
I was tempted. It would have felt good to wring their necks one by one. But I would have been just another psychopath, quickly forgotten in the annals of history. Another crazy person with a kill count to his legacy. I don't want revenge. That wouldn't change anything. I want this to stop happening. And for that, all spellcasting must stop.
Then what about stealing people's ether? Some of the people you attacked wouldn't hurt a fly.
But they could. Whether they knew it or not, they had the potential for harm. People can do horrible things for the best intentions. But those tests are moot compared to this next stop. I can finally accomplish my dream. But I've needed ether to feed it. That's why you're here.
You mean?
Yes. Your ether will feed this.
Elements!
Meet the Living Intelligence Nexus for ultimate solution finding. I named it based on the convenient sticker of its acronym, L.I.N.U.S. Its power is that of perfect, clairvoyant prediction and calculation.
It's horrifying! I have no concept of science, and yet it somehow looks simultaneously advanced and archaic!
Hello, world. Narrowing. Hello, Udo. Salutation dispensed. L.I.N.U.S operating at 70% capacity. Please connect the Udo supply to primary ether bank.
With the potent ether from your bloodline, the stamp will have enough power to craft the solution I need to cancel out the magical potential of everyone in Hearth.
And, what will you do after that?
Oh, I suppose I'll try to find a way to cancel out the time loop in Obenstead. After that, I doubt I'll have time for a holiday. But you're attempting to stall for a rescue again.
Maybe? Kaylee did say all megalomaniacs like to gloat.
Yes. That's why I timed us. To make sure we stay on track.
Crumbs.
A shame. Our time for exposition has passed. Now, if you'll excuse me, the machine's ether requires constant regulation next door. Farewell, Udo. With luck, you'll live.
Whoa, wait. Ow! Tubes in my back.
Recharging.
Ow!
76%.
Ow!
With the aid of the Malaaki family, the M.A.I.L team begins their search for the kidnapped Udo. To pinpoint his whereabouts, M.A.I.L search the latest issue of the Layers for Players periodical. No doubt Udo is undergoing mind-shattering torture at the hands of Victus. Will they get there in time?
Stop it! God, you're putting me on edge.
This is what I do.
I don't care. Sit over in the corner and be quiet, or I'll make you into the next velocity-based food craze.
Fine.
All right, everyone. We've narrowed the potential layers to one of 6 locations. A cave, an island, a treehouse, and a jungle, an ice fortress, a volcano, and a castle.
This seems familiar somehow.
We're going to have to split up into 6 teams. Of course, this means you'll likely be facing some of the most dangerous magic casters of all time. But I have faith in you magicless farmers, because you possess the one true talent they couldn't possibly anticipate. Haha, your heads. Yes, your unbelievably thick skulls will fell the mightiest of defenses.
Oh, God.
Whoa, ain't that something? I ain't heard nothing so complimentary.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say Udo will probably be dead by the time we get to all these places ourselves. And as much as these people drive me nuts...
Wife! Magus says I got a thick head. Are you gonna argue with the smartin'?
I really don't think Udo would like us sending his entire family to their graves knocking down layers. Even if you give these guys pitchforks, they're the usual fare for most mad scientists. Why don't we teleport to each of them?
I'd love to, but it's either fix my plate or save Udo. At this point, just appreciate I can tell the difference between hallucinations and personations.
A 1 in 6 chance to find the right place isn't in our favor. Could we narrow it down?
My clairvoyancy skills aren't up to snuff for this kind of thing. All I can do is find the nearest fortune teller, and that alone is very conditional.
This is getting us nowhere. Trike will be back any minute to arrest us.
Oh, come on.
The room erupted into a cacophonous calamity, a rambunctious riot, ruining any rescue plans in a dizzying deluge of discord. Amidst all of this the crowd came to a hush. The Madam Scientist had come to an epiphany. What revelation was she about to reveal?
We've got the solution right here.
Really? Where?
We'll have to save it for next time.
What are you talking about?
Will the magical anomaly interdimensional locators be able to discover the location of Victus's evil lair? Will they be prepared for the security of Magus Boltus's tower? Will Victus and Boltus accomplish their meaningful...
That's it, that's where he is. Let's go.
Wait, what?
Elements! I never even thought of doing that! Boltus's tower is just over the peak of Troves!
Brilliant, Kaylee! You did it!
All right! Let's go save my apprentice! And also her.
No, you can't do that. You're cheating. That's not how this works.
In Magus Elgar by Kennedy Phillips, the narrator is Rick Cabral. Udo Malaaki, Chris Moore. Kaylee Fawn, Sandra Espinoza. Magus Elgar, William Violenus. Dr. Graw Horatio, Randy Nazarian. Kakkay, Kennedy Phillips. Galen Malaaki, Tian Wang. The Malaaki family was played by the cast: Minister Trike, David Autovino, Gaat Ironball and Victus, Brian Stivale. Magus Boluts, Kellen Goff. And L.I.N.U.S was played by Mandana Wright. The theme music was created by Hamed Hokamzadeh. Incidental music by Andrew Maz and APM Music. Vocal performance was directed by Andrew Cornell. For a full list of credits, please visit MagusElgar.com. Magus Elgar is a Melody Gun production mucked about for the entertainment of listeners like you.